target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see the number 4 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the North Carolina Tar Heels. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Tar Heels will boot it away to start the game. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. First down for this offense. Out of the gun, the inside give. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, Dave.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. The critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
On the return, it's Taylor. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. For a productive play on 1st down. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. At the 40, there he goes. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
They'll go to the ground. You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6. And the Tar Heels look to do some damage in the red zone. The give from the gun. Delivers the stiff arm. He's got 48 yards rushing already. What a way to start this new season.
That has got to be demoralizing if you're on defense because they just ran the ball right up the middle, down your throats, and they gashed you.
They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tar Heels. They strike first, and that opening drive of the season could not have gone better.
This running back was not going to be denied. Nice blocking up front to create a hole for this running back, and he was able to take advantage.
And they did tack on the extra point. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They're lining up to kick it off, and he ought to be able to knock this one anywhere he wants after that extra 15 yards with the roughing the kicker. No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. First down here for the offense. The give out of the gun. Crosses the 30 to the 31 and a 6-yard pickup.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Gets it out quickly. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Makes the grab. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. This guy makes it look easy, just like a lot of recent Ohio State quarterbacks have.
Man, you can set your watch by these guys. I mean, whether it's C.J. Stroud, Justin Fields, I mean, we can keep going back year after year. They always got a really good signal caller that you can really depend on to make big plays.
Well, really nice catch there getting the first down. This dude at wide receiver, man, he is a playmaker. You think about Ohio State and the recent run they've had on first-round picks at the position. Michael Thomas, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave. This guy keeps making plays like that. He's got an opportunity to go in the first round.
I think he did a really good job, first of all, keeping his eyes downfield. You could see he wanted to throw the football. But when it's not there, don't force it. Tuck it down, get some positive yards.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. And the Buckeyes headed quickly to the line. Dropping back, it's Sayin. Quick completion on the out. Downs, but they've got it now, first and goal.
Defenses are put in such a tough spot when offenses get in third and short because the whole playbook is open and they go with the pass. I love it. They sneak the pass in there. Nice success. Great job by the quarterback getting rid of the football, getting the first down, now set up first and goal.
Wants to go up top. He makes a grab. He gets it in. Touchdown, Ohio State. He'll try to tack on one more. And it's up and good. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. FIU was able to cap off a close one inside Silva Stadium with a narrow victory. And that's the mark of a solid program. Pile up wins, build on games like these, and remain focused on the big picture. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But, boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground covered to pick up the first.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Defense not budging. He's still able to get 2 to the 29.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job gang tackling because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. Fires to the big fella. Love to see these third down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line. 3rd and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, 3rd and inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak, run the football, but this team fully comfortable throwing the football, and you see why. Easy pitch, easy catch, first down.
Nothing but green ahead. Running inside the 20. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds. He's up to 113 yards on the ground, and with that run, he eclipses the 100-yard mark in this season opener. The big explosive play put him right on the edge, but you got to finish the deal. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, and you see the sense of urgency now going up, right, David, on defense here, creating a negative play with their backs up against the wall.
Everybody's selling out to stop the run. Nice job being aggressive by this defense.
On the option. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, North Carolina! On to attempt the try. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. They're lining up to boot it away. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. We'll see what they can do here in this next drive.
Lost one deep down the right side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. He's going to take off. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run.
That's a really nice play on 2nd down. I love the quarterback's read. I love that he kept it. Good offensive coordinators across college football, they have no problem repeating the same play over and over again if it's successful.
Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. They're working that left side. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his position.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Stopped after making the catch. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Great job creating space. That's what you're supposed to do. When you get man coverage, you got to find a way to get a step, make it easy for your quarterback to read that leverage, and when he drags across the field, he could see he had him. He completes it for the first down.
They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense.
A really nice job by the defense, understanding the situation. We know they like to run the touch pass. Great job selling out, seeing it, bringing those guys right down, flying into space, getting the fast, speedy wide receiver on the ground. Nice 3rd down stop.
On 4th down, looking for the completion. He's got him, and they convert. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, North Carolina 14, Ohio State 7.
First down to start the drive after the break. They're going to throw it again. And the completion to the sideline, a solid pickup, but not enough for the first down.
Well, that's one that DB, I think, would like to have back. Out route, he was in man coverage. If he could have just got out of his break a little bit sooner, he might have had a chance to intercept that one and take it to the house.
They make the stop after a pickup of 3. Ball's at the 18. The Buckeyes want to move quickly. On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down.
And a lot of coaches put a lot of emphasis on situational type running, right? When it's a goal to go to situation, short yardage situation, like when I need to run the football and they know I'm running the football. Right there, haven't had a lot of success, but I needed a few yards to get the first down. Great job by the offensive line, creating some space and getting the first down.
They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. The Buckeyes trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. To the air, it's Sayin. Makes the catch. They will score. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
And the extra point was good. And that extra point was good, and we're all tied up here in the second. On the move from inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
He lets one fly deep. And he makes the catch inside the 25. And it's on the ground. And a tremendous return on the play before he's brought down.
Man, these wide receivers are so fast nowadays. They're such big playmakers. I just want to get it to them and let them make it happen. But a lot of times, we're running to them, too. We're focused on chasing him down and funneling the football in the right direction. Defense swarmed, did a good job getting their hand on the football, causing the fumble from the wide receiver.
They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28.
Nice run there on 1st down. You know, this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
Still running at the 40. Oh, look out. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line. He now has 56 yards rushing, and that is quite an impressive first half here in this season opener. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air, chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Grabbed behind the line, it's Baker. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Ohio State.
How about the day for this young fella? 3 receiving touchdowns. Hey, defense, that guy's good. We might want to do something about it. Let's send 2 at him. Let's send 3 at him. We can't let this guy continue to beat us time and time again.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, it's a final now in one of the more intriguing games of the week, that notable top 25 clash. Iowa looked like a program ready to take the next step after a big road win today. This was a complete team effort from the Hawkeyes. Offense, defense, and special teams doing its part. Heck of a show. Always interesting to see ranked teams collide, and today was no different. The agony and ecstasy of college football, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Touch pass on the jet sweep. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24. Kept it on the ground on 1st down. Let's see what they do on 2nd. They'll run play action. They're trying to get to him. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Grabbed on the outside, it's Thomas.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Finds his tight end. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it. But when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
The Tar Heels have it with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, the inside give. They stop him cold, maybe gets a yard to the 34.
Now that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. He'll run it again. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. It's amazing how play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want it.
And the Tar Heels will send out the punt unit. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work.
Return goes out of bounds.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on 1st down. It's 2nd and 3. Power football with the run. At the 40, there he goes. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. He now has 84 yards rushing in this first half, and he is making quite the impression in the opener. Now he's going to break the pocket. He'll get rid of it. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit. The incompletion brings us to 2nd and 10. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. Able to pick his way forward for a decent gain before the defense gets him down.
And oftentimes running backs love drawing plays because there's less traffic in front of them. The offensive line is selling pass, the quarterback's selling pass. They don't get the handoff until the very last possible second, so the D-line's rushed away upfield, and now it's so much easier for these backs to find their holes and pick their lanes.
Direct snap. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32.
You got to feel good for this kid, too. He worked so hard this past offseason to put himself in position to be the starting running back, and he's got a lot of skill, guys. He's got speed, open field running ability. I think he's going to be a big part of the offense this season.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Wants to throw. It's Sayin coming after him. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This QB has been so comfortable all day long. Obviously having a ton of success. You've got to affect him. You've got to put some hits on him, those body blows, so you can make him wear out and physically feel you. This is the first time really getting to him. This defense needed this bad.
They finally corral him, but he turns that into a big gain and a first down.
He's got such good awareness in the pocket. He does a good job of feeling the rush, and you know it's a pass, and you want to keep your eyes downfield, but he sees an opening, and if he sees an opening, he's got the ability to go get it and get a first down.
And a golden opportunity slips away from the defense there. That's one he'd love to have back. He knows he should have come away with the interception there in the red zone.
After the misfire, now on second down. He's looking to throw. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. He'll try to take it back. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And if that don't light your fire, your wood is wet. The best play on a field is when the big boy, the most athletic people on the field, the defensive linemen, make game-changing, awesome, super athletic interceptions.
The North Carolina offense returns to the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Quarterback checking off. On second down, wants to throw it. Quickly complete. They make the stop, but the sweet rolling catch is plenty to give them a first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. They'll throw it on first down. Fires downfield. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
I don't know if the quarterback read the coverage properly on that one, but obviously the result is an incompletion.
Line getting set on second down. He's looking to throw. Got a man. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Ball just inside the 40 at the 39. It's third and short. They'll try to get it through the air. He finds his man. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30. The Tar Heels are in the hurry-up. Wants to throw on first down. Using his feet to buy time. Shows him the stiff arm. Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy. Because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, first and goal. Snapped it in the shotgun. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. Second and goal for this offense. The receivers telling the quarterback what they see. He's looking for a man on second down. They stop him short as he was trying to scramble and find his way to the goal line. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. On third and goal, they'll throw it. Got it! Into the end zone. Touchdown, UNC! Ready to try the point after. Splits the uprights. They march 79 yards on the drive, and they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. Fair catch, called for and made. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. From the gun, the ground game. At the 35, he's loose. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Corners are going to bail. Oh, he tosses it back. Feeling some heat. And he reels it in at the 15-yard line. Boy, he almost finished his half with a bang, and are they lucky to get him stopped. They're eager to head to that dressing room right now. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Buckeyes will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get to the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be...
He's going to let it go. Brings it down on the right side.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
These guys are called matchup guys. They're not the biggest guys on the field, but they're going to win. Short, and they're going to catch the ball, and they're going to make yards after the catch. You can tell those are the type of guys in college football that are starting to get maximized and used a lot more than they were in the past.
The throw to the outside is complete. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. Third down coming up after that completion. They'll try to bully their way for the first. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
And the Tar Heels come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The back goes in motion. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. He's got it. Touchdown, Tar Heels. And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? You see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Oregon State has the lead right now, but this Reser Stadium crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet today. They're up by 7 over Central Michigan. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Looking to move it through the air. Unloads to the wideout. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
I don't know how the defense allowed that guy to get so wide open. Obviously, he's got tons of speed. We know that. But you've got to key on him and at least have 2 people running with him deep down the... That must have been a coverage bust because he was way too open.
They'll spread the defense out clock, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Trying to escape and get it himself. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
You can tell this is a pass play. He has his eyes down the field. He's looking to throw the football. But how nice is it when you got a guy like this that can scramble and go get you a first down? Just really hard.
And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
Back to pass. It's Sayin. Fires to the wideout. Pass on the way. It's picked off. Takes it the other way. The 10. Touchdown, North Carolina! And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return. Welcome to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, where titles are won, legends are made, and fields are named after them. Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium, home of the Alabama Crimson Tide. A top 25 showdown coming up. Two of college football's premier teams preparing to duke it out right here on this field. as we'll see the number 20 team in the country, the Stanford Cardinals, taking on the 12th ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. He's going to try his luck from the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. You think the fans are ready for this one? The booth's shaking underneath us, guys. The give to the tailback. He'll be stopped at the 27, but it's a 15-yard gain. Stanford wants to push the pace. They'll give it to him again. They get him stopped at the 32. That's a gain of 4. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
He makes the stop at the 48. That'll be enough for a first down and a pickup of 10. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Off the play fake on first down. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Oh, he can't hang on to the football. A big play sitting right there for the taking, and they can't get it done early in this one.
And it's so hard to play defense nowadays. You got a strike zone where you can hit people. You get flagged for targeting. You get flagged for pass interference. That was beautiful. Great job in the end zone, making it a hard window to throw into, and when he caught it, making him feel it.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Fires to the big fella. Open space at the 25. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lick. It is getting loud as this crowd tries to help its defense.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive gain.
Here comes second down, and this crowd is turning it up a notch. They're bringing heat. Spits it out to the back. And the ball is picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out.
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Oh, it looks as if the defense got it.
You know, as quarterbacks, you've got to be good in the pocket. Even when things are collapsing and you've got guys swiping at it, you've got to have two hands on the football. Didn't do a really good job with ball security there, and that led to the fumble.
Going for 6. And he was going for the touchdown there, and they couldn't make the connection. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Give to the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. They'll play it safe and send out the field goal unit. The holder will kneel at the 24, a 34-yarder coming from the right hash. It's good. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. Fielded in the end zone, it's Baxter. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. And the fumble on that last drive could have been much worse, David. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. After getting nothing done on the last one, this is a big play, 2nd and long from the 11. He's looking to throw. Going to take a shot at this DB. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. And the incomplete pass will bring up.
And on that 3rd down play, there just wasn't any timing between the quarterback as an intended target. As a result, ball falls incomplete, setting up 4th.
Does this head coach not believe in punting? Does he think punting's against the rules? On 4th down, they'll pass for it. He rifles one deep down the right side. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense.
That is a huge play early in this game. We came into this thing wondering just how aggressive this offense wanted to be, and there you go. First half, 4th and long. We're not bringing the punter out on the field. We've got a guy that we think can read the defense and deliver a strike, and we've got playmakers stretching the field.
Got a lot of running room. Inside the 10. Touchdown Tide! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch it.
Man, oh man, when you got a weapon like that, you got to find him, and you got to give him the ball in space. You have some plays on your play sheet, and some of them just say, that guy, get him the ball, let him do the rest. Dangerous weapon out of the backfield, catching the football, making the big play.
From back of the end zone, he'll bring it out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Going deep. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
I think it's really hard as a quarterback to know when to put touch on the ball, when to throw that thing as hard as you possibly can. And right there, I don't think you need to throw it that hard. I think you could have softened that up a little bit because he had a chance to hit the guy deep for a big play.
This defense is making life hard on the quarterback early in the game. We're only in the 1st quarter. They've already got a pick, and that time they swat another one away, man. They are breaking on the ball.
He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Skips away from pressure. He'll turn it loose out to the right. And it's incomplete, and this defense makes a 4th down stop. A great spot to start this drive for the offense. From the gun, the running back looking for room. Headed to the end zone, and he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Bama! Offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. It takes advantage of great field position.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll call for the fair catch here. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. We'll see if that failed fourth down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
When you hear about it all the time in football, go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You can see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Just a short pass to the tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. Snagged in the middle. It's Io Manor. And it's a catch, but he's got enough for the first down. Stanford quickly to the line.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial.
And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback. And it is hardly a big surprise that this Alabama defense is hitting hard and making their presence felt in the backfield.
Yeah, it's what they built their brand on. They built it on physicality and stopping the run and use.
He's got it on the right.
You know, there's a lot of communication when it comes to defenses. Like, you have to talk. You have to understand if somebody does this, I have to do this. I have to pass off wide receivers. Apparently, the communication was busted.
Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Trying to get behind the defense. Makes the grab. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. Wide out in motion. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. Relentless, tough.
Running back.
Down to the 4. So 3 previous red zone trips and 3 points. It's not official. They'd like to get it in the end zone this time. Looking for the score. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Stanford.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the point after is good. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Hale. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. On 1st down, here comes this offense. Snags a quick pass on the left. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the 1st period. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the 2nd period. Went to the running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. Back to pass. It's Mack. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they...
Trying to beat the D deep. And it's caught inside the 20. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. Alabama quickly back to the line. Got it back on 2nd and goal. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on 1st down. 2nd and 10 after the previous play.
And guys, if I'm on offense, I am staying aggressive. I know you didn't connect there, but make sure you keep testing this defense, because even if you complete one of those throws, that could be the game-breaking.
And that ball is picked off. Bringing it back. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And that's just excellent cover. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board. You still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to.
Throws toward the end zone. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. And another interception for the Crimson Tide. And Bama has a few ball hawks in this secondary. You might be putting old Hootie Ingram in the sights for his single-season interception record with 10.
Yeah, and it's hard to find DBs that are going to catch the ball consistently. When you get one, it's a nice day. But when you get two, it's a great day. You got a guy ball hawking the football, finding it, creating big plays for this defense.
Keeping it on the ground with the running back. Drives into the pile just to pick up a 1. They'll spot it at the 10.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
Sends it downfield. And it's picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. He's at the 20. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Alabama! How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Louisville may not be leaving town with a blowout victory, but they'll take a dub away from L&N Stadium every time. The Cards have been racking up road wins since the Lee Corso days, and they'll get another one today. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings, and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Snowed under by the defense.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. Touchdown Tide! Not content to get the fumble, they scored with the fumble. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up 35-10. They're just about to kick it off after that scoop and score 6. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. It's a good thing to be charitable, Jesse, but I think the last couple of drives might be overdoing it a bit.
I agree, and I think at this point, David, the quarterback here, he's got to be a CEO, and he's got to really get his guys settled down. A couple turnovers.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
He wants to take the top off. And he is finding wide open defenders all. His 3rd interception of the day.
Quarterback never saw his guy early enough. He was open right away, but was just late getting him the ball. Receivers jumping up and down saying, yo, I'm here, throw it to me. But by that time, the defense had already figured out where he was, and because of the late throw, they're able to come up with the interception.
Catch in the middle, it's Coleman. They make the stop at the 41, but it's a 15-yard pickup, and they're rolling with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Makes the grab. It's Williams. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
The defense needs to have a plan for this guy. They weren't ready for that one. Drag route running all the way across the field. The DB just can't stay with them because of his speed, and as a result, they give up a big one.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. Tackled, but he has a first down.
All right, guys, that's not a home run type play, but he did enough there to keep the chains moving.
The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Unleashes one deep. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Bama!
And you want these guys that can take the top off a defense. It changes the way they're going to play coverage on you, and he does it right here. Just runs by the DB. He had no chance to try to catch up with him. Makes the big play down the field. And this will change the way you play defense against this guy the rest of the game.
Fair catch, called for and made. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does...
And the pass hits, picked off. Looking for more room. He's at the 10. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Look, I know it's only the 2nd quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these 2 teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
Out of the end zone. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. To the air on first down. Pocket starts to collapse. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection.
Nice job in coverage there. Offense trying to take a shot downfield. The defender able to tip that one up in the air and force it incomplete.
Looking to pass on 2nd down. Takes a hit as he fires. And that is interception number 3 on the day. And he is taking it all the way back. Touchdown, Alabama! Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Fast motion from the offense. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Makes one man miss. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down.
Bad news for the defense. They gave up a first down on a scramble. Good news, though, they got a lick on that quarterback. That is a dream.
He hurls one deep down the left side. He caught it. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, Cardinal.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. Still a big hill in front of them, and they'll try to start the climb with an onside kick. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball.
And you don't see a lot of these. You don't see a lot of onside kicks earlier in the game, especially in the second quarter. You still feel each other out. You're still getting into the game. You don't want to give away that momentum, but that's exactly what they did by failing on that onside kick.
Fights off a defender. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, third, fourth quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
Running back goes in motion. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
That's just a tremendous individual effort by the defender. He's able to defeat his block and get to the ball and get the ball down on the ground. Very, very nice job.
On the move, it's Baxter. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent of things they did right and things that they got.
He's going to throw deep right side. Hits him in stride at the 10. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Stanford!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And these decisions to go for two, you see more and more of it throughout a game, chasing points. And then in the end, you wonder if this just comes back to bite you.
Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch.
They were only in the first half, and I don't think anybody had onside kick in the second quarter on their bingo card. They were trying to catch the opponent off guard, but it didn't work. Now let's find out what this offense can do. You have got to make them pay for gambling like that.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will.
A lot of times defenses blitz to stop the run. This very play right here blitz the linebacker, but man, the offense did a great job. Everybody understood what they saw. Running back understood. Pick up a nice positive gain when they were trying to get a blitz and maybe create a tackle for a loss.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
The give to the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Loss of 2. Coming up, 4th down.
We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
With the score, Alabama 86, Stanford 24.
Go ahead and roll the dice to start this second half. They're lined up for an onside kick. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done.
They're trying to pounce on their opponent with the lead in the second half, trying to steal a possession, but give the return team credit. They may not have been set up perfectly for that onside kick, but they're Johnny on the spot, and now their offense is licking their chops, hoping to go down and score.
Finds his man. It's Baxter. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible, and sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. but I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out.
They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting...
Headed to the end zone. Touchdown time. And the punishment has been extended. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Old Dominion rose to the occasion when it needed to, and they'll be celebrating a solid victory there in Ballard Stadium. Week by week, you can feel the momentum building within that program. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. No guts, no glory. Caught it in the end zone. Didn't hesitate for a millisecond to take that thing back, and boy, did it pay off.
And this is why kickoff returns are so exciting. There's so much space between you and the other team flying down the field. The only time you're going to be provided that much space, and you could tell he knew what to do with that space. Kicked on the Jets by Felicia.
So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. Great spot to start this drive for the offense. Coming out on first down with the play fake. And it's knocked away downfield. The DB getting a hand in there.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass. Locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
Knocked down at the 35 after a pickup of 3.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least...
Fires deep toward the end zone. Touchdown, Bama! And the pummeling has started.
Have a day, young fella. I foresee some social media posts in his future. Not 1, not 2, but 3 receiving touchdowns on the day. What a ball game.
And he's coming out of the end zone. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. Taking it the other way. He's at the 40. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
I tell you what, I don't know if I'm going to try him much more. Goodness gracious, you can tell he's ready for what he's seeing. Second interception. I would not throw near that guy anymore. You might want to try the other side of the field.
Well, this is just the type of field position this offense wants. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Got it behind the line. It's Williams. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Leaves it with the running back. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. And very important not only to generate power, but to find his mark, a 49-yard try from the left. No good. Well, they missed the field goal. That's about the only thing that hasn't gone their way in this one.
70. Stanford, 30.
The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
Looking to throw on second down. Buying some time. And he'll just get rid of that one.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
Now staring at a 3rd and short from the 40. Hit as he throws. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. They'll try to pick up the first. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a 1st down.
I'm not a huge analytics guy, but on 4th and 1, if you're going to get pushed like that from your O-line, I say go for it every time.
Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Looking to take a shot. Catch inside the 25. He was loose and setting sail, and they stop him at the 6-yard line. They ripped off a huge chunk, and now a little chunk is needed to pay it off.
Stanford.
He's looking to pass. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinal! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
That deficit's still pretty big, and they'll try to get it right back and cut into it with an onside kick. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. Smacks him with the stiff arm. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Here comes that Alabama offense. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
On 1st down from the 13-yard line. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. They'll leave it with him. Got some room, entered to the goal line. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And the beatdown has ensued. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. And he's going to try to return this one. Smashes through. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. The last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that.
Lofts one high and deep. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Quarterback moving. Oh, he's going backwards, in trouble, and down he goes. A tremendous loss.
That's the end of the third quarter.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Fires to the right. Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch. Stanford wants to push the pace.
First and goal, Stanford.
The snap sets up the throw. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Fires into the end zone. And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense. Line gets set, first down. On the run, it's Baxter. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Offense getting set for first down. The give to the single back. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Kept it on the ground last time. Let's see if they go back to it on second down. Looking to throw, it's Mack. Got his man all by himself. He's running free down the middle. 10. Touchdown, Alabama! And the route is on. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. UMass pulled into town on a mission, and they're hightailing it out of here with a huge win. The Minutemen were clicking in every phase of the game, and the results speak for themselves. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Looking to go up top on first down. Plenty of time as he fires it to the right. And he throws yet another interception.